You ever notice how Monkey can scroll through social media until 2 a.m. without blinking, but can't stay awake for a 10-minute meditation video? How Monkey can binge watch an entire season of a show in one night, but can't read 3 pages of a book without yawning? Or how Monkey sets 10 alarms and still hits snooze on all of them? Yeah, we've all been there. You wake up exhausted even though you went to bed early. You tell yourself, I slept enough. But your brain feels foggy, your eyes burn, and your body feels like it's been hit by a bus full of regrets. So here's the big question. Why do we wake up tired even when we sleep enough? Monkey, half buried in his blanket, grumbles, maybe I just need 5 more minutes. Spoiler. That's the lie that ruins the next 12 hours of your day. Because the truth is, it's not just how much you sleep, it's how you sleep. And what you do before and after that decides everything. Let's rewind and peek inside Monkey's night routine. He goes to bed early, good start. But first, he scrolls through TikTok. Then checks one more text, then one more video. Suddenly, the clock says 1:43 a.m. Monkey. Wait, what? I swear I was just checking the weather. This is the problem with modern tiredness. It's not just lack of sleep, it's broken rhythm. And rhythm, my friend, is what your body lives by. Your body runs on a clock, literally. It's called the circadian rhythm, the 24-hour internal timer that tells your brain when to sleep, wake, and repair. When you hit snooze, stay up late, or stare at blue light at 1 a.m., you're not just breaking a habit. You're confusing that clock. It's like telling your brain, hey, it's daylight, while you're lying in the dark, face glowing from your phone screen. Monkey doesn't realize that the blue light from his screen stops melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's nighttime. So even though he's tired, his brain says, nope, we're still up. That's why when your alarm rings, your body's like, wait, why are we waking up now? We just started sleeping. Sleep isn't one big block. It's a cycle. About 90 minutes long, you move through stages. Light sleep, deep sleep, REM. If you wake up in the middle of that cycle, like when you hit snooze, you're basically ripping your brain out of a dream mid-download. Monkey hits snooze thinking he's stealing 10 more minutes. But what he's really stealing is his morning energy. Because those 10 minutes don't complete a cycle, they interrupt it. That's why you feel more tired after snoozing, not less. And science backs this up. Studies from Stanford and the University of Oxford show that inconsistent wake times, blue light exposure, and fragmented sleep reduce cognitive function by up to 30%. That means your brain literally works like it's been awake for 24 hours, even if you just slept 8. Monkey groans, rubbing his eyes. So, I didn't need more sleep. I needed better sleep. Exactly. So here's the first fix. Stop hitting snooze. Get up the moment the alarm rings and let your brain complete its natural wake-up phase. If that feels impossible, use a smart alarm app like Sleep Cycle. It tracks your motion and wakes you at the lightest stage of sleep. Monkey rolls his eyes. You want me to trust an app with my dreams? Hey, if it gets you out of bed feeling human again, it's worth it. But that's just the start. Let's talk about what happens before you even close your eyes. Monkey thinks going to bed early means turning off the lights at midnight. But your body's been waiting for hours for you to stop flooding it with light, sound, and notifications. The brain needs wind-down time. Without it, melatonin stays low. And without melatonin, you might sleep. But you don't rest. Try this. 2 hours before bed, no screens. If that feels impossible, which it does for Monkey, use blue light filters like F-Lux or Twilight. They make your screen orange, not white, so your brain thinks it's sunset. Monkey squints at his orange-tinted screen. Now my friends look like Oompa Loompas. Yeah, that's the point. Because your brain stops thinking it's noon. And when it's finally dark enough, your body whispers, hey, it's time to rest. But rest doesn't just start at night, it starts in the morning, with what you do first thing after waking up. Monkey usually grabs his phone, scrolls, lies still, maybe checks notifications from people he doesn't even like. all before he's even taken a sip of water. Here's the thing. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, you're naturally dehydrated. That dry mouth feeling isn't random. It's your body begging for water. Dehydration makes you feel tired, like low battery mode for humans. But one glass of water within 5 minutes of waking can increase alertness and blood flow by 25%. Monkey tries it once, takes a sip, blinks. Oh, that's weirdly effective. Then comes movement. Even a few jumping jacks or stretches signal to your brain, we're awake now. Exercise doesn't drain energy, it creates it. Researchers at the University of Georgia found that people who exercise lightly 3 times a week reported 20% more energy during the day, even when sleeping the same amount. So, drink water, move a little, open your curtains. It's not a morning routine, it's a system reboot. Monkey scratches his head. So, if I just stop snoozing, drink water, and do some jumping jacks, I'll magically feel like a superhero? Not exactly, but you'll stop feeling like a zombie. Because the secret isn't in one hack, it's in rhythm, consistent sleep and wake times, and respecting your body's timing. You go to bed at 10 p.m. one day, 2 a.m. the next. Your internal clock gets confused. It's like trying to catch a flight that keeps changing departure times. You're never fully ready and always exhausted when you arrive. Want to find your real sleep need? Here's a simple test. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day for a week, without an alarm. Track how long you naturally sleep before you wake up refreshed. That's your number. Monkey tries it. Day 1, oversleeps. Day 2, can't fall asleep. Day 5, wakes up naturally at 7:30 a.m. And he feels good. That's when it clicks. Sleep isn't punishment, it's preparation. And once you master it, you don't fight mornings anymore. You own them. Monkey smirks. So, the secret to waking up energized was just not betraying my body? Exactly. Stop betraying your rhythm and you'll stop waking up tired. And tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, Monkey might just get up the first time. But let's be honest. Monkey didn't change overnight. The next morning, he still hit snooze. Twice. He still reached for his phone. He still lay there, scrolling through motivational quotes about discipline while doing the exact opposite of discipline. Sound familiar? Because we humans, we don't lack knowledge. We lack consistency. Monkey knows all the tips. He's watched the YouTube videos, read the sleep articles, maybe even bought a lavender candle that now collects dust. But every night the same cycle repeats. He says, tonight I'll sleep early. Then 11 p.m. hits. One more episode, one more scroll, one more dopamine hit. That's the war we fight every night, not against time, but against temptation. The temptation to stay connected, entertained, distracted. And the cost? Our mornings, our energy, our peace. When you constantly wake up tired, it doesn't just make you groggy. It rewires how you live. You start rushing through everything. Breakfast becomes optional. Conversations feel dull. Your motivation drops. And worst of all, you start believing you're not a morning person. But that's not true. You're just a misaligned person. Monkey looks at his reflection, hair sticking up, eyes half open, and says, I don't think I'm built for mornings. But mornings aren't the enemy. His own habits are. When you disrespect your sleep rhythm, your brain stops trusting you. Every day becomes a negotiation. Your body says, rest. Your mind says, push. And in that tug of war, energy dies. Science backs this up too. Researchers at Harvard found that people who go to bed at inconsistent times are 2.5 times more likely to wake up fatigued. Even if they sleep the same number of hours, it's like trying to charge your phone with a broken cable. The time plugged in doesn't matter if the connection isn't stable. That's Monkey's problem. He's plugged in, but disconnected. And that disconnection leaks into everything else. He procrastinates more, feels anxious faster, overthinks smaller things. Because when you start the day tired, every little obstacle feels bigger. Even simple tasks feel like climbing a hill with bricks tied to your back. Fatigue doesn't just make you sleepy, It steals your self-control. That's why when you're exhausted, you reach for junk food, scroll longer, or skip workouts. Your brain's impulse center and the prefrontal cortex literally goes offline when you're sleep deprived. So you end up in a loop. Tired, no discipline. More late nights, more tired. Monkey sighs sitting at his desk, a half-finished coffee beside him. He thinks he needs more caffeine, but what he really needs is rhythm. So how do we fix this? How do we actually retrain the monkey mind to wake up feeling alive again? Here's the truth. There's no magic bullet. But there is a formula. Simple, unsexy, and effective. 1. Stop chasing comfort. Monkey thinks 5 more minutes of sleep will make him feel better. It won't. It's comfort disguised as progress. The key isn't comfort, it's consistency. When you get up at the same time every day, even on weekends, your brain starts predicting the pattern. That prediction turns into energy. You wake up before your alarm because your body knows the rhythm. Monkey. Wait, I can actually train my body to wake up on time. Yes, just like muscle memory, it's sleep memory. 2. Rehydrate like your life depends on it. Because it kind of does. 1 glass of water right after waking replaces what you've lost overnight and jumpstarts your metabolism. No coffee first, no doom scrolling, just water. Monkey tries it. The first morning feels weird. The second, better. By day 5, it's a habit. 3. Move your body early. You don't need a full workout. Just stretch, do push-ups, or walk outside. Physical motion tells your brain, we're active now. And your body responds with energy. A 2019 study from the University of Sydney found that just 5 minutes of morning movement boosts dopamine and alertness for up to 3 hours. That's more lasting than caffeine, and free. Monkey rolls his shoulders, jumps twice, and mutters, all right, not bad. 4. Create a wind-down ritual. 2 hours before bed, no screens, no chaos. Dim the lights, read a book, journal. Let your body recognize the signal. It's time to power down. Monkey struggles at first. His hand twitches toward the phone. But instead, he opens a notebook. He writes, today I didn't hit snooze. Small win. And that's how progress looks. 1 line at a time. 5. Keep your mornings sacred. The first hour after waking decides the next 15. No social media, no chaos. Just silence, sunlight, and gratitude. Monkey sits by the window, eyes half closed, a faint smile forming. He doesn't feel amazing yet, but he feels clear. And that's new. A few weeks later, something changes. Monkey still yawns sometimes, but it's a normal human yawn, not a cry for help. He doesn't fight mornings anymore. He owns them. He wakes up before the alarm, stretches, drinks his water, breathes. His mind feels sharper. His energy lasts longer. And for the first time in a long time, he doesn't need motivation. He feels momentum. That's the difference between living against your rhythm and living with it. One drains you, the other fuels you. Monkey chuckles as he opens his curtains. Guess I didn't need a new life. I just needed a new schedule. And that's the real secret. Not hacks, not apps, not miracle routines. Just respect for your own biology. Because when you stop treating rest like a reward and start treating it like a responsibility, you stop surviving your days and start living them. The next time your alarm rings and you hear that little voice say, 5 more minutes. Remember, Monkey. Remember the mornings he wasted chasing fake rest. And the mornings he finally took back his focus. Wake up, not because you have to. Wake up, but because you can. Weeks turn into months. Monkey's mornings don't look perfect, but they look alive. The alarm rings, and instead of fighting it, he sits up, rubs his eyes, and smirks. He's not thrilled. He's not ecstatic. But he's present. And that is everything. Because energy isn't about hype. It's about harmony. When your body, mind, and habits move together, You stop leaking energy. You stop waking up tired not because you slept longer, but because you stopped fighting yourself. Monkey walks into the kitchen, sunlight spilling across the counter. He pours water into his glass. That simple sound, the quiet pour, the first sip, becomes his signal. I'm here. The day has started. That's how transformation really happens. Through the small, invisible rituals that no one claps for. No one posts it online. No one sees it. But it changes everything. One morning, he laughs at his old self, the one who thought he needed motivation to wake up. Motivation is loud, it fades, rhythm is quiet, it lasts. He remembers those chaotic nights, scrolling through videos about productivity while becoming the definition of unproductive. And now he sees the irony. Monkey. I used to chase sleep. Now I protect it. Because what you protect shows what you value. And if you protect your rest, your energy, your morning, you're protecting your potential. The morning isn't the start of your day. It's the test of your discipline. And the night before is your preparation. So the real question isn't, how do I wake up early? It's, how do I respect my future self enough to rest now? Monkey used to trade tomorrow's focus for tonight's entertainment. Now he trades a few notifications for peace. That's growth. Quiet. Boring. Unseen but powerful. Modern research now calls this sleep architecture, the structure of your rest that determines mental clarity and emotion regulation. Dr. Matthew Walker, neuroscientist and author of Why We Sleep, says it simply: sleep is the greatest legal performance-enhancing drug. When Monkey fixed his routine, his focus improved, his irritability dropped, and his creativity came back. He didn't need a new life strategy, he needed a new bedtime. And you might too. Because once your mornings feel calm, your entire day aligns differently. You make decisions faster, you feel grounded, you stop chasing dopamine highs and start finding quiet satisfaction in small progress. Monkey doesn't crave chaos anymore, he craves clarity. One evening, Monkey stands by the mirror again. Same spot, different eyes. He remembers the nights he hated himself for being lazy. Now he realizes it wasn't laziness, it was exhaustion. And exhaustion kills ambition before it ever begins. He whispers almost proudly, I don't hit snooze anymore. It's not a flex, it's a statement of peace. Because that's the real win. Not just waking up early, but waking up ready. And if you think that's too simple, that's exactly why it works. The truth is, your life is built on loops. What you repeat, you become. If your loop is chaos, you wake up tired and live distracted. If your loop is rhythm, you wake up clear and live with direction. Monkey learned that he didn't need to change who he was, just how he moves. He stopped chasing energy and started building systems that create it naturally. And one day, while sipping his morning coffee, not because he needed it, but because he enjoyed it, he realized something. He didn't wake up tired anymore. He didn't hate mornings. He didn't hate himself for not being productive. He was finally at peace with his pace. So the next time you think you're just not a morning person, remember this. You're not broken. You're just out of sync. Rebuild your rhythm. Respect your rest. And the energy you've been chasing will finally stop running from you. Monkey closes his notebook and smiles. Turns out, he says softly, the real secret to feeling awake was learning how to rest.